Welcome to the MVP show. Today we have Tatiana all the way from St. Petersburg, Russia, on the MVP show, so I'm excited to talk to her. She's got more than 10 years experience in Dynamics NAV, now Business Central, doing implementation, supporting projects in Russia. I actually got to meet her a couple of years ago at MVP Summit, which was absolutely fantastic because I'd recently visited Russia at that time. Anyhow, full show notes can be found at nz365guy.com/207. Now let's get on with the show. Tatiana, welcome to the MVP show.
Hi, Mark. Thank you for having me on your show.
I'm so pleased to have you on the show. I met you maybe 2 years ago at the MVP Summit. I remember you sat in the row behind me, very radiant, coming in from Russia. What part of Russia do you come from?
I'm from St. Petersburg. I know that you been there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have. It's one of my favorite cities in the world to go to. And my wife and I both want to go back to St. Petersburg in the future.
Maybe in 3 years.
Yeah. So what's the exciting news that's just happened for you around November last year?
Yes, you're right. Now I have maternity life, and I have daughter, and spent a lot of time with her. She's small now, only 5 months old, and yes, I spent a lot of time with her, and it is nice experience without new technologies, and it is about relations between people and how to communicate with children. It is a new experience for me. Do you have children?
So my child is due in December, this coming December.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So what tips do you have for me?
I'm very lucky that you will have this experience. It is great to have children, and it is nice to spend a lot of time with them. And it is this time with COVID, it is a nice time because a lot of people now with their families and spend a lot of time with children.
So true. So what does COVID-19 mean for you in St. Petersburg? Do you, just so I can get some background, do you also have like a holiday home that you go to in the weekends and then a city home like many of my other Russian friends do? How does that work for you?
For me, as for woman in maternity life, it is great because I have my husband at home.
Nice.
Now he's working from home. But anyway, of course, we have restrictions in Russia now because we have isolation mode, self-isolation mode, and it is not restricted, but it is kindly recommended not to go outside of home, and not parks and any entertainments are closed now. And for example, if I want to walk with child, I need to go somewhere where I don't want to see people, and to be sure that I will not have penalty from government, for example. Yeah, but anyway, we have a lot of people on the streets.
Okay. What do you enjoy most about living in St. Petersburg?
Oh, it is a great city on the sea. I'm living in the not in the city center, but it is near city center, on Petrogradsky Island, and the most I like to walk on the city and to see how beauty it is. You know, the best time in St. Petersburg, it is end of May and begin of June. It is the best time, and I like to walk during the night.
When is the in St. Petersburg? What month is the celebration where the army come into the city and celebrate like the Liberty Day, or what was the day called? Where they wear orange and black ribbon.
9th May, you mean?
9th of May.
Yeah, yeah. I heard podcast with you and Andrew, my colleague, and you discussed with him this celebration day already. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what's interesting is that I'm talking to you around the similar time as when I was there back in 2017. So what I found interesting, you know that there's a big fort in the city where they do the gun sound every day, the big
Yeah, yeah.
cannons.
Uh-huh.
And then I was watching people on the river sunbathing, but they sunbathe standing up against a wall. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That was very interesting because they're trying to catch all the sun they could get.
yeah, these people have sunbaths every day during year, and during winter time you also can see these people there, and usually these people are old people, not young people, like to do this.
So true, so true. Okay, so tell me about being an MVP. How did you become an MVP?
I became an MVP, I think, 2 years ago when we met at Summit, I think. And of course, I'm MVP in business application area. I didn't know about MVP anything before my colleague became an MVP. And after that, I decided that I am professional in my area. In Business Central, previously Navision, and I decided that it will be nice to have this status as for professional with 10 years experience. And I started to do steps to be a part of MVP community. You know, in our area, in Business Central area, in the Vision area, we have um, people, MVP people. They are men, all men, and they are very nice, and I like them. And it was a pleasure for me to be a part of their community.
It is so good. I'm so impressed. How many female MVPs are there now in Russia?
I haven't checked today or tomorrow or today or yesterday, and but before I was the only one.
Wow, wow.
Uh,
This is amazing. This is
it is
amazing.
not amazing because not too much women we have in this community.
So is it because they're not in the community or not in IT or they haven't been nominated yet?
I think it is because MVP community not too popular in Russia. That's why.
Okay, okay. So what do you know, I take it you're taking a break at the moment with having a new baby, but what do you normally do in the community for your MVP?
Usually, I'm writing blogs and about Business Central in Navision and participate. I participated in product groups interactions. The most value, I think it was documentation. We arranged, me with my team arranged writing documentation about Business Central for Russian functionality, because on Microsoft Docs there were a lot of documentation about different functionalities, localization, different localization, but not for Russian localization. And it was terrible, because when you start to implement something, usually people ask where I can find documentation. It is Microsoft system, and you try to find there, and you don't see any documentation about Russian localization, and we did it.
From if you implement Business Central for a new customer, how much work do you need to do to, do the Russian localization, configure it to meet, Russian accounting rules and things like that?
It depends. If you want to implement a standard version, predefined. If we are talking about predefined version, for current moment, Microsoft doesn't provide this version, but companies, for example, my company Avara IT provides this version, and to implement standard version, it depends. I think you can do it in a week. The most time you spend for educate people.
In Russia, if people are not using Business Central, what other products could they use as an alternative to Business Central or Navision?
The most popular system in Russia, it is 1C, 1C, 1S. And but anyway, companies implement different system. Navision, Business Central. For now, it is Business Central. Finance and operation, SAP. It depends on organization.
Okay, okay. So but your company, which is it our IT?
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yes, yes. So do they just specialize in Navision or Business Central?
For now, my company implements a different system. Navision Business Central, of course, finance and operations, 1C, SharePoint, and other Microsoft products such Teams and additional products, Flow. Mhm.
With the translation or the localization in Cyrillic is the written language, correct, in
Mhm,
Russian?
mhm.
Cyrillic. So do you ever come across situations where the translation is just totally wrong that you see and that you need to get the product team to edit the actual core localization, whether it's like labels on fields or things like that?
Sometimes translations are strange, but anyway, people um, start to remember it, and that's all. Not totally wrong or something. You can remember.
Interesting. So, just with your blogging, that you were doing, do you mainly blog in English or are you mainly blogging in Russian?
I don't have a lot of blogs. I wrote several articles in English and in Russian also. For example, for Russian people, very interesting new feature in new product, because a lot of documentation about it in English, and it is nice to have um, this in Russian, because some people have trouble with English.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's good. I think it's always good that, a lot of countries or a lot of people in various countries working with Microsoft products tend to want to do everything in English. And I feel it's more important to do it in your local language so everybody locally can hear and learn when you're creating content. So that's good. Tell me, what do you do when you're not working? You've had a new baby, but when you're not working, what do you normally do for entertainment and being social?
I have a lot of relationship so with my friends, and I'm talking in WhatsApp, and sometimes we have calls. Of course, in previous life, we walked together, but not now. Not. Maybe after 2 months, we will continue walking on the street, but now I'm walking with my husband, and it is very nice. I like this time.
Excellent, excellent. So when you became an MVP, kind of what changed for you? Was it what you expected?
Uh, it is strange to say what uh, about expectations because I didn't have any expectations. But anyway, for example, MVP Summit, it is great. Um, Great summit, and I met a lot of people there. It was incredible.
And what do you reckon is the best part about going to Summit?
The bad thing is, of course, communication with people.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. That would be hard. Now, did you how did you get around that? As in, was it just a case of slow conversations, or because, like, I'll tell you what happened. When I was doing the Trans Siberian Railway, in our carriage on the train, there was two men from the Russian military, and we had a conversation for 3 hours using Google Translate, and we would just type our message into Google Translate or talk, and then hand it to them, and that they would talk in Russian and backwards and forwards. But we talked for 3 hours like that. It was so good.
You had time in the train.
I was over a week on the train, so there was plenty of time. So when you're in Seattle, and what was it the first time you'd been to the United States?
I was in the United States before the we had trip with my husband in the United States, and after that we had in January this trip, and after that I went to Summit. And it was my first time in Seattle, but anyway, I spent a lot of time mm, on sessions. It was great to see a lot of people in different communities in CRM, in Power BI, in finance and operations, even in Business Central and Navision. We didn't have any session about Navision and Business Central that year on Summit.
There were no sessions.
On that year, yes, we didn't have any sessions.
Wow, that explains why you're in the CRM sessions that I saw you in. Interesting. Okay, well, are you ready for, at this stage, we normally do some quick fire questions, which are very random. Are you ready for some random questions?
Yes, please.
Okay, here you go. If you could meet one historical figure, who would you choose?
I think um, I wanted to choose Gagarin, Yuri Gagarin.
How come?
He is cosmonaut, you know him, and it would be nice to discuss him how it is to visit and see uh, sky.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He was the first Russian into space, wasn't he? Was that right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, yes. Excellent. Are you a cat or a dog person?
I'm dog person.
Wow. Okay. Oh, I really thought you'd say cat, but okay. Do you have a dog?
I had, for now not.
You had?
Yes, I had.
Okay. Would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Too hot.
Interesting. What's the worst job you've ever had?
I was accountant.
Wow. That is funny. That is funny. What's one accomplishment you're most proud of?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What are you most looking forward to in the next 10 years?
Uh, I don't think.
You don't think that far ahead at the moment with
Yeah, because for now it is crazy time.
Yes. And the focus, of course, will all be just on your family. If people want to connect with you, Tatiana, online, are you on any social media like LinkedIn, Twitter, anything like that where people can check you out?
I have Facebook and it is easy to connect me there.
Excellent. Okay, Facebook is it. Well, thank you for being on the show. I will make sure we get this up online as soon as possible. I look forward to seeing you at maybe another summit in the future.
We will hope. Maybe in 2 years we will see each other on summit.
Hey, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please feel free to give us a rating on iTunes. If you go to nz365guy.com/iTunes, it'll auto-direct to the page that you can leave a review. I'm currently sitting at 17 reviews. I need 3 more, my understanding is, to actually make those reviews show up on the podcast listing, which would be fantastic. Anyhow, thanks for your time. Full show notes can be found at nz365guy.com/207. See you next time.